Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I've just finished the group Soul and Essence Retrieval for you all, for everybody who asked to be included. It was an incredible journey and I want to share it with you all. And I just want to start by taking a few deep breaths to ground and center ourselves, to get into the place to really soak up every bit of the healing that's been returned to you. So gently close your eyes. Begin by taking a deep breath in through your nose. And elongate your exhale out your mouth. And do this again. Just feeling yourself start to settle. Feeling yourself supported by the earth. So my intention for our journey today was to do any healing, soul and essence retrieval around fear, anxiety, and other emotions that are not helpful to us surrounding what we're currently facing in our world. So I began by calling in the directions, honoring each of them, calling in all of my divine helpers and all of yours. And that alone was incredibly powerful and humbling and beautiful. And I was guided to journey to a place called the Realm of the Fae. And this is a world within the unseen realms that holds elemental spirits. It's an incredibly sacred place. And when I got there, I met with Lilith, who's known to be Queen of the Fae. She's been a guide that I've worked with in the past, very powerful. And she was told to tell me that they've been holding and clearing humanity for some time. She told me that the situation is meant to be a group effort, unifying humanity, that through isolation, we're meant to see how we need each other and to know that we must exist in harmony. I was told that as a human race, we're meant to journey backwards to humanity's roots, to tribes, to communities, and to make our lives about the aid of one another. That we can't exist as separate any longer. I was shown that just as a drop of water falling into a lake will ripple out and affect the entire lake, so will one human create change and shifts within the human race in the world. I heard, we ask of you to contemplate this change of existence. We are here to help. I was then asked to begin by sending healing to the victims of great world tragedies. I was shown world and other wars, the Holocaust, wars between families, pain and suffering that humanity has created for one another. I was asked to send healing to damage that humanity has done to each other throughout millennium. I felt myself grow and become huge, like I had the collective energy of love from all humanity within me. All of the positive, beautiful parts. And I began to pour gratitude into the earth, into all of the tragedies and the deaths of our ancestors. At this point, another elemental spirit stepped forward and gave me a key. He guided me to a huge ancient tree, calling it the Tree of Life. He told me to unlock it, and as I did, intelligent life force energy flew out of it. He told me that most of humanity, especially within our culture, is so depleted all the time of their energy. I was shown how some are sick in mind or body, overworked, stressed, and to just see and witness how severely disconnected from life force energy that we've become. I was guided to return this to everyone. Some needed it more than others, but it went to every single person. I was asked to ask you all to become more aware of how depleted you may have been to begin with, to see what baseline we are all at even before this global crisis started. To ask that in moving forward, we all exist differently, with more attention to not just our physical bodies, but our happiness, our passions, what we're truly here to do and want to do. My guide said that this is a sacred agreement to be able to change one thing in your lives, something you were doing or a way that you were living that did not cause you joy or health. And this is something we're all meant to do moving forward. Next, I was guided out into the universe and shown over the earth a huge cloud of what looked to me like pollution. My guide named it doubt, fear, depression, anxiety, melancholy. The list was endless. I was asked to note how large it was. I was asked then to transmute this energy, which I spent a long time doing, and turn it into peace. I watched the peaceful energy filter down, helping to cleanse out any fears and negativity. And I was then guided to clear you all as a group, with the assistance of my spirit helpers, which I did. I was taken back out into the universe to soul parts that were in various states of trauma, lost, scared, fear of security, health. There were too many to see individually, but I retrieved them all and brought them back. I was then guided to what I witnessed to be a male aspect of creation. I was taken what felt like his palm and brought to what I witnessed as the female aspect of creation. She was crying and said that she could feel our suffering, that we were created out of great love and to please know this. She took one of her tears that was the size of an ocean and washed it over you all, clearing you even more. I felt the deepest peace at that moment. I could feel no fear, no suffering, and it was quiet and serene. She said that what I was feeling was what she wanted for us all. So I then merged all of the essence and all of the soul parts back to each of you. And I was asked that you all give life back to the earth, and was specifically shown an offering of seeds to create new life. So during the summer, when it gets warmer, if we can find a way to plant anything as an offering, that's what I was asked. I came out of journey and blew all of the healing and soul parts back to each of you. And that was the end of it. So I ask that today you each take great care of yourselves. And of course, moving forward, take time for rest and nourishment. Take time to process what you've heard and what you're feeling, and just exhibit great self-care. I also want to thank my fellow shamanic healers for their assistance in today, Lori Lipton, Jessica Zacharias, and Terry Serdick. They all offered their assistance and made it possible for me to do such a large healing for so many people by supporting me on my journey. And that just goes to show you how we need to work as communities and work together. Jessica was even out in the cosmos with me. She saw the same exact thing I did as I retrieved soul parts. So just some synchronicity for you. But I want to thank you all for showing up for yourselves, for being open to doing this, and for allowing me to do it for you. Take great care of yourselves moving forward. Sending so much love.